Hey everybody, welcome to the chat. It's October 20th, 2022, just a few minutes after 4 p.m. my time, and we're gonna do a Peetz stream. Hey, gotta love me, Tread Digital Southpaw, welcome, Natsuki, Nolabu, Emma K, Tony R, hi there, Lisa B, Amy Judy, Cattycorn Mermaid, V, a fish by any other name, Gemini, and anybody else that doesn't chat, but yet still listens. I welcome you. Smash that like button. Hey Marie. Hey Eliana F. We got Mary in the chat. Thanks for modding, Mary. Appreciate you. Kenzie. Hi there. Jackie H. What's up? So we're going to talk about a Peetz in this stream. It's 2 hours, 23 minutes exactly. In this stream, he talks about a lot of things that we may or may not go over because there's certain things such as highly sensitive subjects. So when something's highly sensitive, it depends on how he discusses it, because Peetz loves to discuss all the sensitive topics out there. Kenzie, Alexis, welcome. Blondie, hi there. Susie Q, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me once again. So Foodie Beauty had posted on our community tab, she has a new Instagram. So I'm sure a lot of you are already aware. She has a new Instagram. She has been active, but not on YouTube still. She said an hour ago, sorry, I'll be on Instagram posting photos for now until I make content again, but I will be radio silent and YouTube for now. Instagram, Foodie Beauty OG. All right, so she is not going to be doing the YouTubes, or so she says. Hi there, MP. Fresh Flowers, Freedom Deep. Hi there. Welcome to the chat. We shall see how long this lasts. I mean, the last time she was on was streaming, that is 2 days ago with the Quick Bees, almost 3 days ago. And the last time she was really on was 21 hours ago with the A Message for All Desperate Women out there, where she declares herself a Canadian queen. So if she declares herself a Canadian queen, well, do you, queen? Hey, MJ, she'll be back tomorrow, says Catty Corn Mermaid. I wouldn't put it past anything for her to be back tomorrow. Anything's possible. Crap, she sometimes even comes on when I'm live streaming. Or maybe she's listening right now. If you're a foodie beauty, how are you doing? Anyways, let's get into this. Let's see what Peetz has to say about the entire situation, where it is a 3-bedroom home that we should call the mansion. So they're moving on up. Because she pissed off Breezy. Well, yeah, she's been making a lot of Halloween photos and whatnot. Joking. Hey, Key, how you doing? What's the point of making a new IG? Because getting rid of previous followers? I have no idea. Maybe the whole... should have just deleted images of her current one. But I think she just suspended it. All right, let's get into this. Let's see what Peetz has to say about this entire situation. We can skip around a bit. Well, maybe not around. We'll be linear in the skipping of material. So let's go. She will be back when someone or something rattles her. Yeah. Or commenting in the comment section or community tab. Hey, Miss Fitz. Hey, Marie. Welcome.
Hey, Stella. I'm okay, and you? Hey, Jessica. Sorry, Jessica, you were second.
So.
Hey, Hamburger Eyes. Hey, Nessa. Hey, Mark.
Hi.
Brooke. Yorkie. Potted Plant. Rainbow. Aaron. True Story. Miss Holly. Summer.
Okay. I was going to say, a lot of people have been watching his streams because they're looking for the tea.
TM.
She did?
Nah, no plans on handing out candy.
Yikes. Why can people not understand not to talk about people's kids? Just saying, if she really did talk about Breezy's daughter, you shouldn't do that. Like, why do people do that?
I'm not going to hand out candy. Hey, Elaine.
No Halloween candy. Wait a second.
Our exam.
Hey, Mary Sparkle.
Hey,
welcome.
Ethan. Yeah, it's night here. It's about 8:15 in the evening here. Riley, what was for supper? Hot dogs. Hey, Anunnaki.
Hot dogs for supper.
Hey, Juice.
Hey, Tutor Times. How you doing? Welcome.
The move? Ugh. I don't want to talk about the move.
Of course you wouldn't. They haven't even packed anything.
Just fried up some hot dogs.
Okay, here's the thing. Am I reading... If I'm going to read in between the lines here, typically if they're not going to order out or if they're not ordering out, that's because they're low on cash, right? So when Peetz is like, I'm just going to do hot dogs, I'm not going to order out, based on the history I've seen with Foodie Beauty and Peetz, they only do this when they have next to nothing in terms of money or funds. Because then the hot dogs come out, or what's in the fridge comes out. Of course, if they, had a good amount of cash, an acceptable amount of cash, they'd be ordering out, Peetz included. So this is telling me something's going on. Hey, Red Robin. I've been on here all day as I have a day off. Well, welcome to the chat, Red Robin. Hey, Rado, welcome.
And she
what do you guys think?
Lemonade.
Who made lemonade? No, she did not make lemonade. That's all. Okay, that is telling me something is definitely up.
Some hot dogs.
Hey, Patricia D, welcome.
And she made some lemonade.
Ooh, she as in Foodie Beauty? Definitely low on the cash.
Canadians consider Americans foreigners. I mean,
in my opinion.
When you visit Canada, yes, you are foreigners in Canada. Luna.
Vanessa M, welcome.
I don't want to talk about that shit either. Yeah, hot dogs aren't really my favorite thing either. Hey, Glasgow. Hey, Nay. Hey, booty.
Hey, one small moose. Payday tomorrow. Payday is tomorrow for mostly Americans. For Canadians, I've typically seen from all the Canadians that I've polled, our payday usually is on the second day in the pay range, which is the 22nd, but that would fall on a Saturday. So I would believe then the pay would either hit tomorrow, but I think most likely Monday because it's not a pay day, it's actually a pay range.
Well, no, they're just hot dogs. They're just wieners.
For
Hey,
sure.
Young.
Sounds like they're broke.
I'm not sure whether they were beef or pork dogs. No idea.
But that's what happens when you don't go online as often as you used to for 2
Yeah,
weeks. You're losing a lot of money. It will be lemon concentrate
very much
mixed
gonna.
with water, probably. Probably is lemon
Hey, man.
concentrate. No, I'm not knocking the lemon
No updates. I
concentrate.
still need to find a doctor, and I haven't been putting in the effort on that because I'm terrible about putting in effort for things that are on my own behalf. You ever snack when I was a kid? I don't know, just candy, I guess. Kit Kats.
What's your favorite snack?
Plan B? No.
Lots of question being asked.
I mean, I barely have a plan A. The Halloween burger, I don't know that I've ever heard of a Halloween burger, and it's fresh lemonade.
Fresh. Wow. Look at that. Mary Higgs asks, why does Foodie Beauty have to take care of him? Why isn't he able to take care of himself or take care for? Well, maybe a quid pro quo situation. Previously, he was the breadwinner when they lived together. Many, many years ago, he used to take care of Foodie Beauty. She wasn't making much money or no money at all. He used to go out. He used to work. She would do other things, spend a lot of money, but he would take care of her. Now she feels it's time for her to take care of him.
Water, lemon, sugar.
But Mira just says he's a big baby. You
Biscuit.
know what?
Eh.
He
And
has had opportunities to find work. I mean, if I had practically how long? A year and a half living with somebody else, I'd be kind of, I don't know, going back to school, maybe doing some online
just, I
stuff.
think, is sort of just my general state of being.
She did
So,
ruin his credit, yes. Pete's did look super small
no, but the closing date is the 21st, so I wouldn't expect to hear back earlier than like the 22nd.
on Foodie's computer. He did.
Hey, Diego. I don't think she's here yet.
Yeah, her generosity will run out at some point.
Hey,
Like I
Sandra.
said,
Yeah, we'll see you, Ethan.
the only constant in life is change.
It's the gout. Hey, ugly monster. Hey, cat voice. What do I normally eat? Garbage. Hey, Paneer. Hey, Fernanda.
Well, ain't that the truth? I mean, he's constantly eating out. Remember when he used to constantly also eat those microwave dinners? I mean, if you eat them every once in a while, cool. But if you eat them all the time, they could actually be detrimental to your health. Mary Sparkle says, and she's allegedly leaving him alone at the new place to take care of all the cats. Yes, there's a lot of things happening. Also, seems Pete's mom is not liking her new living conditions. So I guess that's why Foodie Beauty was saying something about Pete's mom coming to live with them. Because I didn't understand at first. Hey, Pebbles, why would she bring that up? I'm like, isn't Pete's mom in assisted living? So then why is she bringing up Pete's mom living at the mansion? It just didn't make any sense until I heard that she's no longer in assisted living. She's in 55 and older area, like she's been moved. I'm like, okay, so that makes sense. Totally makes sense why now Foodie Beauty would say Pete's mom could be living with them. Patricia D, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Hey, Susie Side.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not really like. I don't really feel like talking about the move. It's just sort of, and obviously, I don't really feel like talking about the drama. Yeah, I don't really care. Does that? Hey, yeah. Hey, Tanea. Pumpkin seeds? No, not really. I don't really like pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, that's kind of confusing, Beaker, when he said closing date for the 21st, but I matched up the comment that I believe he was speaking on, and I believe that was the job. I think the closing date for all applications or for the said job is the 21st.
Hey, Sandra. Glad you could catch one.
Because he did apply
Yeah,
for a job.
last time I went outside. I was outside last night to take some garbage out. Like, anyway, in theory, but I haven't
True
really
tip top.
I haven't really watched much. Hey, boomers. Like, I've watched very little anime.
Really? Who here
I've got to
likes
say
anime?
no, nowhere near enough. I make like $300 a month off YouTube, $500 a month. So
Yeah.
don't want to get married someday. I don't really care about marriage.
Before he used to make about 500-600, but then he kind of stopped doing stuff on YouTube, maybe like once a week or so, maybe twice a week if you're lucky. But now he's actually been more active on YouTube. Plus, his views are up because there was a lot of people not liking his content, but people are looking to his streams for NET and Foodie Beauty. So he should make a couple hundred more this next paycheck, which would be November 22nd.
Hey, Killface. Hey, Rico.
Exactly.
Thoughts on fan service of anime?
He could easily make a couple $1,000s a month if he wanted to. If he actually treated this as a job, while he gets, work elsewhere or looks for work elsewhere, you could really treat this as a job, as a business, and he could make thousands. Hey, Edna?
I mean, it depends on the context. I do think that there is a weird amount of fan service involving underage girls.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, anime it's just animation. Like, it's just animation made in Japan. The Tale of Kiddo Kato. Cool.
Oh, that's nice,
That
Vanessa.
does sound interesting, cats.
Yeah, shows, cartoons, anime, yeah, they are an escape from reality for a lot of people. I'm so sorry. Stuff is happening in your personal life right now. Positive vibes your way.
GTA 5? Nah, GTA is not my type of game. The sex anime is called hentai.
Yikes. Really, we're gonna go here? Daisy Amy says the bad part about Pete's mom living with them is that it seems great now that she thinks she is going to Kuwait to marry, but wait until the scam is exposed. She will be mad and ready to kick her out. Oh man. What a shit show. Look what people are doing. Why?
Manga is just comics. Manga is comics, specifically ones made in Japan.
Hey, Nicole.
Manga just means comics, comic books. Red Dead Redemption. Again, it's just not my type of game.
Anime, just equivalent to cartoons. Let's just say cartoons. Thank you, Focus and you, for the super sticker. Appreciate you.
Yes, I've considered it. Library job, it's not going.
This whole situation is gonna be a train wreck, to be honest with you. We're literally seeing the train on the track about to crash, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. No matter how much you appeal to Foodie Beauty and Peetz, they're not gonna stop the wreck. It's just the wreck is slowly gonna happen no matter what. What kind of shit show is gonna happen? Is the mansion a scam? Is the whole entire thing about Kuwait a scam? Is Salah a scam? Is it real? And if it's real, is it better than a scam? I'm thinking about this. What's better? That it be a scam and she maybe loses a little bit of money, or it's real and she loses more money? Or will the scam lose her more money, but if it's real, it lose her less? I can see it going either way.
I suspect that's probably what's pretty much going to happen.
Otakus are going to come for you,
yep.
Right? Please, no otakus coming for me.
No, Elaine, I'm not.
Please.
I will be taking my posters with me. Hey, Buttsnack.
Hey, Brandy. We got
I've
Penny
watched
here.
Let's Plays of, I watched a Let's Play of both the first and second Red Dead. And, I mean, yeah.
Hi there, Oxford.
Cool stories and everything, but gray, but without the R.
Errado says he just sits there with flames ablaze all around him, but he can't see them.
Rico, yeah.
Hey, Keeks.
My thoughts on the Spawn comics. I never read them. I never read any Spawn stuff. I mean, yeah. Credit to him. McFarlane came up with pretty damn famous concept. Hey, Harlem.
Spawn is an incredibly famous concept. I don't see why people ask him about Spawn. Like, there, any type of anime I would like, Peetz would not like it because Peetz likes like the cutie stuff, the cutie patootie stuff. I don't know, maybe like what kind of anime would he like? It's not really shonen or isekai. It's what genre is Peetz really into? He likes like the fluffy, good to do stuff. Maybe like what's that one with like talking about boyfriends and girlfriends and relationships? What's it called again? Fruit Basket. You see, Pete seems like the Fruit Basket type of guy when it comes to anime. Penny Lane says, I want her to lose it all. In all honesty, that is just because she is so smug. She deserves to be knocked down some pegs and humbled. No, he doesn't like Yan. Well, actually, maybe he does like Yandir stuff. You never know. Maybe he does. The
He's
cat
gonna be hey ghoul.
returns. Yeah, school types.
So yeah, I
Yes,
mean, that's
he probably likes Fruit
story is
Basket.
terrible. Favorite Disney villain? Go with Ursula. Ursula's great.
Okay, he's going with
Hey, Stanley.
Ursula. I wonder
School is
why.
boring. Yes, school is very boring.
Hey, Holy Water. Nolabu
Jenna? Yeah, pretty
says
much.
the entire Sala arc is fake.
Scar's good. Scar's got a great villain song. Kingdom Hearts. Never played any Kingdom Hearts stuff. Don't know that I'd want to get into Kingdom Hearts just because it seems just like a lot. Kingdom Hearts just seems like a lot. Favorite comic book writer? I mean,
Really, we're gonna do this?
There's plenty that I really like. Really like Kelly Sue DeConnick. Okay. Bye, Luna. I boxes AM. I like Kieran Gillen.
Pete seems like the type of guy that is into shoujo stuff. He just seems like it. Just saying. If I'm gonna pick anything from like seinen, josei, kodo, shoujo, or shonen, he seems like he's like a shoujo type of guy.
I like G. Willow Wilson.
You think Salah is fake?
Diego.
Roy Mary?
I don't know if she still makes them actually. And Jenna? I don't know. Jazak? No, I haven't read any new Marvel comics in over a year.
And you know why? Robert D says we think she is being scammed, but she is scamming us. She is scamming us, isn't she? In many ways. I will agree with this, Robert. Maybe? Susie Side says, why would anyone send a copy of your passport to someone she's known for a week? Yeah, bad move. Flag on the play. That is extremely bad move.
Not since I canceled. I haven't read any new Marvel stuff since I canceled my Marvel Unlimited when I started my Disney boycott.
Here we go. That's why.
I disagree.
That's why he's not into Marvel stuff, because of the whole Disney thing. He explained this in a video. I think it was like about 15 minutes long.
There were still plenty of Marvel comics that there were still plenty of comics coming out of Marvel that I was thoroughly enjoying. The X-Men franchise is in a pretty good place. Hey, Bubbles.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of House of X, Powers of X. Jessica? Yeah, I posted a video about it yesterday. Jessica.
About what?
Yeah, so I wasn't a fan of House of X, Powers of X.
Oh, House of X.
I really did not like
the
retcon of for what they did with Moira. Just did not like the Moira retcon. I thought it was stupid and shitty and worsened a whole lot of stories that came before. So I hated that retcon. I do really like the idea of Krakoa as
A lot of people are not liking a lot of retcons to comic books these days. Erado says, I'm so on the fence. Part of me thinks she's trolling, deflecting with this arc while setting up new house and possibly new place for Nada.
a mutant nation. And I like that it was set up to become. Hey, Nancy.
Tipta says, I believe Salah is real and it's all true because I'm gullible and always hope for the best. But I wonder which one's worse and which one's better. Is it better that he's real and then she actually goes to Kuwait? Or is it better that he's not real and then she maybe loses a little bit of money and moves on with her life?
Like, I like that they are like really exploring making a mutant culture. Chris Claremont. I like Chris Claremont's legendary run on the X-Men.
Nicole E says, as I look at all the things behind him that are unpacked, I feel anxiety for him. Exactly. Because guess what? It's just a little bit over a week left to pack, and they have packed nothing.
From 1975 to 1991. I like that 16-year run he did.
Oh, that he's really into her. Okay,
His
got it.
subsequent returns, like everything I've read by Claremont after 1991, or almost everything, I did kind of like what was it?
Right, Susan?
Shit. I'm blanking. It was the one with...
Is this the season finale that we've been looking for? The last season finale was CPAP Rescue, I would say. Then we had another season with a back and forth between Dee Dee, Natter, Foodie Beauty.
Katie and Karma living in Chicago.
Hey, Glowden, what's up?
Give me a second. Mechanics. Nothing. I did enjoy that Mechanics mini. I thought that was pretty good. Tolkien. I mean, I like Lord of the Rings.
Right, Jackie H. Exactly. CPAP Rescue is always epic.
So I actually did kind of like Mechanics, but
I was right for her.
The vast majority of what I've read of Claremont after he left the X-Men in 91 has not impressed me. His returns to Uncanny X-Men, hey Lambo, his absolutely legendary run, and I kind of wish that it had been allowed to, that he just left it where it was and not tried to come back to it over and over. Hated Extreme X-Men.
He's really into X-Men.
X-Men Forever was absolute garbage.
Wow, okay.
Like X-Men Forever, that mini that Claremont did was, or those comics that Claremont did for X-Men Forever, horrible comics. Terrible.
Let's move forward because I don't think most of us even knows who Claremont is. Come on.
It's a busy place. But again, I have seen so many people who have lived in New York talk about the Californian tilt. Probably not. I would guess probably not.
Tip Top says she's okay with fake love though. True. Gloating is a Spawn fan. I dig it. I've been saying this since day one. If they truly are moving, they're going to expect the movers to pack all their crap up while they look on. This is exactly what I said. That's why when she was negotiating with Roman El Roman a month ago, I said this. Just pay for them packing everything because at the end of the day, that is exactly what's going to happen. They're going to be underprepared and overwhelmed. They're not going to pack anything. They probably won't even have the boxes there. So somebody has to come in, pack everything for them, put it all in boxes, wrap them up, do whatever they need to do, and move them because shit's not going to happen if you depend on Peetz and Foodie Beauty to pack. Hey, Jamie Katz, what's up? Yeah, they're going to leave a lot of things. She even said so. Pebble says you should rename this video for Insomnia, Fall Asleep Immediately. And I'm still going to say the same thing. Things are not going to be packed and it's going to be a shit show if they really truly are moving. But remember, she said a family friend is gonna move her, and she doesn't need to pay anything, just make him or her dinner. So then, really, is this family friend gonna go through all of this for free when nothing's packed, nothing's organized? Like boxes of the same size or sensitivity. When I mean sensitivity, some boxes have fragile items. So that's what I would pack. I would pack boxes of the same size in different areas in the house. And then, based on their sensitivity, I'd also separate the boxes of the same size that way. So then, when we're moving, of course, the bigger boxes go at the bottom, the smaller ones go at the top, etc., etc., etc. But I don't think they've thought this far. They haven't even packed.
I mean, that's definitely a big part
Exactly,
of why they are
Stormy.
not as friendly as smaller places. It's not that they're not. It's not that they're rude. It's that
Right, Harlow?
yeah,
Exactly.
it's 8 million people, but they see someone needing help, they'll still step in and help.
Nolabu says if they pack stuff, they will never unpack it. Yeah, some people are like that. Haven't unpacked months, sometimes a year or two after.
It only seems like rudeness, but the reality is, like, it's just they got to do, like, they got lives to live. They can't sit and they can't stop and chat with every fucking person they come across.
Yo, Glodins, you need to stop, okay? Don't be saying stuff like Peetz looks like the type of guy to put the type of dude to put a loaf of bread at the bottom of the grocery bag. Listen, people need to learn how to pack groceries properly. It's a skill. You do not put soft, sensitive items at the bottom of your grocery bag. Hey, Jesse Gypsy. Right, Penny? Pete, I was actually gonna mention that, Susie, but I just didn't want to be rude. He does look like he's pregnant. Just saying.
Because
Reality.
that's what statistics say. That's what the census says, is that there's 8 million people living in New York City.
He has a beer belly without the beer. It is a skill, Edna. Like, there's some people who just don't know how to pack.
My feelings about the protests around. I hope that things do go well. My thoughts on Chicago. It honestly seems like a lovely city.
Yeah, Chicago
One of the
gets
people I
a
follow on Twitter is
brat.
C. Spike Trotman, the owner of Iron Circus Comics.
I have no idea who that is, but he just told me. I was just about to say Chicago gets a bad rap, but there's amazing areas in Chicago that are just beautiful.
And she lives in Chicago, and she talks pretty regularly about how much she loves the city.
Right, Susan? They need to
Hardly
start
for her.
packing.
I think Cincinnati and Cleveland, I believe Cincinnati and Cleveland are both much higher murder rates than Chicago.
That is true.
No one ever wants to talk about that.
Yeah, Ohio has been getting some cities in on those statistics that, yeah, Cleveland has become a place where, you know, you got to be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Cleveland, Cincinnati. Where else?
Crime isn't actually that bad in the U.S.
Isn't it St. Louis on that list as well?
There might have been a slight uptick.
Actually,
but
statistically, they say like the Midwest areas of like Missouri and where else is Missouri, and I know the area, but I'm really hard up when to think about that area. It's like Missouri with, is it Arkansas? Yeah, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas area is typically census wise. No, I'm not hating. I'm just saying statistically, that's what they say. That has a lot of crime.
Still,
exactly, Harlow. St. Louis is
Detroit is
as a high
still
crime
fairly
city.
bad. And Baltimore, I think is still pretty bad. Sorry, just give me a second here.
Right, Edna? It is scary, but you got to look at everything as a whole because for home prices, if you buy a home in those areas, what you could get for 30, 40, $50,000 is what you can never get anywhere else because didn't one of the £1,000 sisters buy their home for like 30 something $1,000? I remember that article because I talked about it like a couple months ago. Shout outs to Be More, Janine, Baltimore.
Yeah, New Orleans actually has the highest murder rate in the U.S.
Nolens,
Or hold on,
the Lou.
let's see. I'm looking at an article from this year.
Uh-oh. Who? Nola Boo.
St. Louis.
What's up?
So the
Oh,
city
I
that,
knew it.
The city that
I knew it. It was St. Louis. I was like, it's probably St. Louis.
currently has the highest murder rate in the U.S. is St. Louis, followed by Baltimore. And then Birmingham, Alabama.
Interesting.
Detroit in number 4. Dayton, Ohio as number 5. Baton Rouge at number 6. New Orleans, 7.
Right Sky
Kansas
Blue.
City, Missouri at number 8. Memphis at number 9. Cleveland at number 10.
Right, Edna? Hey, Janine, yeah. He always craps on the States. You know that's what he likes to do. He loves talking about the United States of America.
Yeah. Chicago all the way at 28th. So as of this year, Chicago is 28th highest murder rate in the United States. So there's a lot of cities that are much, much deadlier.
True, Nolabu. Is he still transitioning?
But Republicans do love,
I believe so. He says he wants to
focus on
exactly Nesquik.
I'm gonna guess Toronto.
Penny Lane, the neck of his shirt is 29th. You wrong for that.
Regina?
You wrong. Okay, in Canada, it's kind of like the same in the States. You know how some people some cities have a bad rap? Like if you don't know statistics or if you had no idea, you would think the biggest cities would have the most crime and murder rates, but it doesn't, right? Per capita. Like people would think like LA or like New York, like Miami, like these big heavily populated cities would have a lot of crime, but that is not necessarily the safe. Yeah, Toronto is pretty safe. What we've been seeing statistically is like a lot of the smaller towns and cities are rampant with crime. So per like 100,000 people, like the crime rate is actually pretty high, especially the murder rates in some of these places. Like there's places in Canada that you would think would be nice and calm, but then the murder rate is high. Like look, Regina.
Are you fucking kidding? Regina?
Who would have thought? Regina. Take care, Harlow.
Regina is the highest murder rate in Canada.
Not everybody can stand Peetz. I dig it. I get it. I understand. I respect ya. If you want to peace out, just smash that like button for me.
What the
Exactly,
hell?
Brandy.
What's that mean? For the U.S. murder rate, it's actually CBS News. For the U.S., like for the cities with the highest murder rate, is I was looking at a CBS News article from back in February.
Don't trigger Peetz, exactly.
Makes sense, Aquarius.
Speckled Pup says he does not want to transition for the right reasons. He said he doesn't feel like he is a woman. He just feels it would be easier living as a woman. He said that on one of his streams. Well, if he actually did say that, if he feels it's easier living as a woman, he's going to have a very, very hard reckoning when it comes to that because, yeah, that is not a good reason if you think it's easier living as a woman. Every sex has its hardships when it comes to life and living and enjoying life.
Zonthi, hi, this is the new leaf mud. Oh, Hi, Zombie. Thank you for the super chat. For Canada, I'm looking at Statista. Statista.com. Regina, Saskatchewan, followed by Thunder Bay, and then Winnipeg.
Thunder Bay. Wow. Then
Surrey,
Winnipeg.
Edmonton, Brantford.
Actually, Winnipeg didn't surprise me because I was going to point out Winnipeg, maybe even Calgary. But yeah, Winnipeg does not surprise me. Thunder Bay does. Regina actually surprises me.
Hamilton only comes in at 9th.
Hamilton, really?
Toronto only comes in at 8th or 18th. Regina, it's over in Saskatchewan. It's like, seriously, fucking Saskatchewan? Of all the places. Dude, no.
Hey,
Cornwall fell off the
Habiba.
list a while ago. Cornwall actually was on the list when I was a kid.
So true, Janine. He needs to get a job quickly. He does, because he needs to have some options. The only option he really has right now is Foodie Beauty, literally.
Like Canada, like when I was a kid, Cornwall was legitimately the murder capital of Canada.
Very true, Habiba Duval. Belly looking a little bit round.
Now, looks like Canada actually still has a higher than average crime rate. Quick look, and Cornwall actually does still have a crime rate that's higher than the national average, quite a bit higher than the national average.
But I think that's going to change due to the gentrification that Cornwall is going through. I totally got that before because Cornwall was very blue collar back in the day, but Cornwall right now, there's a lot of new homes being built. There's a lot of money coming in. And when you have money coming into an area, it really changes the dynamics of that area and gentrification takes over. It happens. That's what I actually want for Niagara Falls, Canada, for it to be gentrified a bit because the crime rate in Niagara Falls is actually pretty high.
Like it's actually a pretty Cornwall is a very crime-ridden city. Part of that is just because it is conveniently located for smuggling.
That is true.
There's a lot of smuggling that goes through Canada, goes through Cornwall. Organized, not so sure about organized crime, but a lot of smuggling. The most dangerous city in the world, I believe Tijuana.
Is he a bit so he's a bit worried about the next stage after the Villa? I don't think he is so worried, but I'm sure he's concerned a bit. Thunder Bay has lots of good hockey. It does. I've been to Thunder Bay. I really liked looking from up top at the bay and seeing all those huge barges coming from Duluth. It was pretty cool.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie.
Tijuana is
those barges are huge.
Considered the most dangerous city in the world. Smuggling what? Drugs, cigarettes. I think mostly just drugs and cigarettes. Hey, Shiara.
I love Niagara Falls as well, Janine.
Freedom, not all of them are.
And Knife El Shyamalan says, "Hey Monty and Chad, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods." And Knife El Shyamalan, things are good here. Hopefully things are good with you.
And a fair number of them are in Republican governed states.
Here we go again. Shitting on the Republicans. Why, Peetz? Why do you have to bring that up?
Yeah, there's a lot of
facts. One small moose. Susan, Mama is gonna let him choose his bedroom, don't you know? Peetz has not been to the mansion.
Montreal, I think, was.
He hasn't seen the pictures. He doesn't know anything.
On the list, but not too high up on the list.
Nor does it matter.
Aaron? Pass. You're not wrong, Nikki. There's a lot of smugglers and pirates in Somalia.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. Okay, I'm only laughing because we just went straight like 180. It's like we're talking about Canada and Republicans, and then we're talking about Somalian pirates. Let's go.
Yeah, Goodfellas was organized crime. Don't have a trench coat anymore, dude.
Hey, I like Peetz's trench coats.
Yeah, she's in her room, Pamela.
Habiba says Peetz is extremely particular as well as not caring. He actually is quite high maintenance in a lot of ways. High maintenance how? How, Habiba? I'd like to pick your brain there for a second.
Alternately, she's with your mom. Mini golf, pass. Honestly, for me, like first dates, just like go out, coffee shop.
Ooh la la.
Hey, cherries and berries. Hey, Brie.
Linda M says, I love how Niagara Falls American side is nature and Canada side is a party. Really? I would think the opposite. I would think Canada side is more a lot of nature because we have the Butterfly Conservatory, we have a lot of parks, we have a lot of scenery. We have still that ship that nearly went over the falls from what, like 100 years or something like that ago. It's still there. You guys' side are is being developed, but then you guys have the casino. But then again, we also have the casino. But I don't know. I like the Canadian side better.
Frida Kahlo house. Jenna. I mean, a lot of it's reading. Like a lot of it does come from reading. You'd be surprised how much just random shit you can find just reading like a comic book or reading a novel
Very true,
or playing a
Janine.
video game. Like you'd be surprised how much random shit you can pick up just from the media you consume. And then obviously like there's bits that I pick up, like I'll
True, Carlotta.
see an interesting article.
Janine says American side was dirty, Canadian side was so clean and people so nice. Well, thank you, Janine.
And browse through it or whatever. Yeah,
Right, Caddy Corn.
Daily Mail. Daily Mail is one of the worst websites for actual news. Daily Mail is just a tabloid.
Hey, Auroras, what's up?
Best website for news? I don't know.
Is the US side boring? US side depends on what you're wanting. The US side, like I said, has the casino. It has other things. Yeah, it really does depend. But Niagara Falls, USA, isn't like that best of cities to be in.
CBC.
Right, Stacks Mom?
I would say go with like someone like CBC, or if you prefer Canada, go with like CTV.
All right, Habiba Duval, you're making a good point here. He is high maintenance in the sense that he only likes very specific types of food. Exactly, at Sturmy, he has a lot of mental blocks on things he won't do. Okay, I totally get that. I can respect that. He is high maintenance in that sense.
Or no,
It's a
CTV I think is also Canadian. CBS I meant.
it's a sensory thing for him. Sensory, social and sensory thing is what's happening with Peetz.
Yeah, like CBS is generally going to be. NPR is good.
Hey, Banana Cadabra.
Al Jazeera actually is pretty good.
Right, Carlotta.
Hey, Stella.
We do
France
light up
24. There you go.
we do light up the falls. That's very true.
Yeah, I don't really watch the news anymore, Bubbles. It's been a long time since I've actually, it's been a long time since I've paid genuine attention to the news. No flop era, I do not. Kanye's Twitter.
Very true, Fresh Flowers. Oh, let's not get on Kanye's Twitter. Kanye's been all over the place these days.
Believe it or not, Jenna, that's actually part of why I would argue that CBC is one of the better news sources out there. They don't have to worry about ratings. Like the reason that
That's a
the
fair
news
point.
is so focused on fear is because fear drives ratings. If it bleeds, it leads because that gets attention. People will pay attention to that. For a company like a channel like CBC, because they get funded by the government, they actually don't need to give a shit about ratings one way or the other, which frees them to just be as boring as they want to be.
Generally that's true, but if your ratings are too low, then it is a cause for concern. But I think CBC and others that are government funded have been established.
They can just feel it. They can just be like, yeah, we don't need to be exciting. We don't need to thrill people. We can just be calm and boring and factual. So yeah, CBC generally pretty okay.
I dig that, Brandy. Yeah, he's very particular or peculiar as well.
Well, not really bubble. Fear doesn't help protect, funnily enough. For example,
Should I
have you
skip?
heard any stories this year? Actually, I know. So, like, a story going around this year is that um, that people are lacing Halloween candy with fentanyl.
Really?
Didn't hear about that, Donald.
Hey, Nightmare.
Seems like kind of an overreaction. I feel like, injuries do happen. It sucks. Injury, like, you gotta be careful. You gotta, like, whenever an injury happens, it's absolutely safe to, like, it's absolutely the right call to figure out if the person who did it, crossed the line. But injuries do still happen. There's no getting around it.
Yeah.
So you don't bar a student, you don't bar a specific athlete for an accident.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah,
Jessica.
exactly. Like every year, they're putting drugs in kids' candy. They're putting
Hey, Jessica. What's
drugs in
up?
candy. They're putting drugs in kids' candy. They're putting razors in kids' candy. They're putting this in candy. They're putting that in candy. It's all bullshit.
Actually, isn't it? Every year you have stories like that because before it used to be like razor blades. Then I was hearing even when I was growing up, it would be like razor blades. It used to be glass. Like if candies had those twist tie ends, my mom would never want me to eat them. So she would always inspect my candy. And if it was twist tie ends, then she would never let me eat them. Then she would always check the seal of the candy because people do that. Like there's been actual, even in Toronto, news stories about people doing such things to kids.
Every single year, every year, there's some news channels warning about, you got to look at your kids' candy because they're putting drugs in it. Every year,
Yeah, I heard razor
it's
blades and
bullshit.
glass as well. Yeah.
Every single year, it is a lie. The only time, like the only recorded instances of that happening, the parents were the ones responsible. How do you get a concussion from volleyball? I mean, you get hit in the head hard enough with anything.
Facts, TC. I think people aren't wasting their drugs like that intentionally.
Teach our kids not to take candy from strangers, but then we take our kids trick or treating.
Man, that really sucks, Brandy. That is scary.
So, fent is a huge problem in Canada. Sure,
Hey,
fentanyl is
Florida.
definitely a problem in Canada.
Welcome.
It's not the instant killer that people want to make it out to be.
I'm sorry, what? Has he seen videos of police officers handling substances that they don't know what it is, and then it turns out to be fentanyl, and then they just keel over and go into shock? Has he ever seen those videos? Like, it seems like that officer was acting in the video, but no, he wasn't. Who has seen that video of the officer having an overdose? Like, he handles some stuff, and then all of a sudden he just like fell. He fell backwards. And then he was going into shock, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, it actually does happen like that.
And the problem is, you know, people just abusing a painkiller. So yeah, like every year there's media stories about.
It was fentanyl. It was an overdose of fentanyl. I can actually give you the link. I looked it up. Give me a second.
Shocking.
It was this link. So this was it. The officer was just handling his biz, and all of a sudden the dude just like keeled over, and I'm like, holy crap! It's really that's how it happens. It seems as if out of nowhere it happened, and that's how it is. Here we go. Let me post the link.
Drugs and kids' candy. It doesn't help anyone. That sort of fear mongering doesn't actually help anybody.
It kicked in fast.
There's no one is being protected by that shit.
Right, Habiba? He just touched it. Yeah.
Astronaut, get me wheelchairs. No, you're not. You know how I know you're not doing that, astronaut? Because that shit is expensive. Nobody is giving that shit out for free. Especially not the fucking 6-year-olds. What, they expect 6-year-olds to be spending like to be getting like $50 allowances to buy more candy? To buy more gummies? No. That shit doesn't fucking happen. $80, yeah. Kids aren't getting that much money in their allowances.
Exactly, Jessica. Fentanyl isn't anything to play with. It's rather scary. A lot of people are overdosing.
Exactly, Gemma. Like, it's a ridiculous idea on its face just because it's so expensive. THC laced nerd ropes going around 3 years ago. I would bet that wasn't happening, or if it was happening, it was like people like, you know, people who actually have the money for drugs, actually like buying that shit.
I think it's a lot of fear mongering happening here. I'm sure Peetz is gonna keep harping on it.
Situation. And I probably won't be doing any tour of the new house.
Rest in peace, little peep.
What percentage is packed? 0. Hey, roses.
You heard that right. 0% pack. Let's hear that again.
What percentage is packed? 0. Hey, roses.
So there you go. Question answered.
No, Gossip Girl. I very much do not agree with that. First of all, non-binary people are trans. They are part of the trans community, so. West Coast Labs? Yeah. Parents. The razor blades and drugs and candy, the only documented cases of that happening, it was family doing it. Like, literally, it's every single time. Like, you can look at it. Like,
Yikes.
The only documented cases of blades or drugs or whatever being found in Halloween candy.
Hey, Ghostbird.
It was a family member who put it there. A dad did it. Exactly. I think there might have been a case where an uncle might have did it. I think there might have been another case where it was an uncle who did it or something. But it's always family.
Exactly.
It's always family members who do it.
Very true, Storm and Jade. You got to be careful if you're touching people's patches.
Scrappy, I will try.
I'm going to have to look this up. Canadian cases
exactly, cherries.
Of candy.
Now who looks like a slimy hoarder?
I'm looking it up. Let's see if I can find
this.
We
still have plenty of boxes. We'll use what we need to, and then.
Or you need to get boxes now.
Throw out the rest. No, Victoria. We'll still be taking care of that stupid, ugly turd.
I hate when he says that about BBJ. It's so wrong. Yeah, I've heard that. Like Linda M, fentanyl is being laced. Like weed is being laced with fentanyl.
I think we might have a couple of different bathrooms, Sonny. Oh, good night, Jessica. Keep moving. Yeah. Last time, I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember, but my memory is terrible. Like, that's the thing to bear in mind. The fact that I don't remember doesn't mean much. It could have been like a month ago, and I would fucking forget. You know? So, yeah, I don't remember. I maybe 6 months or so.
All right, let me go forward a bit. We've been on this for quite some time.
Do exercises? Of course not. Still have a crock pot? Probably. Hey, Jody, I think we do.
Hey,
Or do we? I'm not sure.
Hey, Catty Corn, what was misinformation?
I don't know what we have. I think I know what's in the kitchen. I know, AM. I know. What's for dinner? We had hot dogs for dinner. Packed the kitchen? No, we haven't packed the kitchen yet. We haven't packed anything yet. Situation. It's a house. It's a decent sized house, but it's not a mansion. It's just
the candy thing. Okay, gotcha.
A solid middle class house.
And there's the truth: solid middle class house, allegedly 3 bedrooms. Are they gonna pack up the fruit flies with them? They've had those fruit flies for what, like over a year?
10 days. I'm aware.
Sup, naked lady?
Made them, Shannon. Yeah, we've been keeping up on the trash.
I kind of don't believe that. Just saying. Who's this? Lewis?
Hey, Flame.
This is Peetz, aka James, which is Foodie Beauty's roommate and past partner.
Hey, Flamingo.
They grew up in Cornwall together.
I mean, I suppose sort of like just because I'm lazy.
At least he's telling the truth. How can you be more truthful than that? It's like, yeah, because I'm lazy.
Yes, well, she likes to exaggerate, so. Pretty much, Sunny. I have to pack up my books and like throw shit in bags. Hey, Rara. Starbucks matching.
He means literally. They're gonna probably pack it the same day, probably in the morning. Probably pissed off, just throwing things randomly into bags and boxes. I really wish they would get a lot of boxes, because the worst thing to happen is that you don't have boxes to put stuff in. Jessica says they are going to leave that apartment trashed. Those apartments should sue them for damages. Probably are. And them, they mean Peetz, because Peetz is on the lease.
Of course not.
Hey, JG.
Vegan? Of course not.
The fruit fries probably have a union already.
I don't want to, Shannon. I kind of have to poop. I have to poop, so I'll be back in a couple minutes. Just a couple minutes. Really? Yeah, she has done a lot of cleaning in the kitchen. A lot of kitchen cleaning has been done. Sorry, Devante, but I have to poop. I'm going to mute. Don't worry.
All right, let's go forward. TMI, exactly. Too much TMI. Let's go. We're going forward. He didn't have to tell us he had to poop. Wait, when did he come back? Just now. Yeah, we didn't need to know that. Is this a live going on now? No, Lewis. This is a live from 19 hours ago.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody.
Exactly, Jay Harrod. I believe that is the case. She packed for Cuba the morning off, like super early in the morning, right?
Hi, Peter.
Like very last minute type of stuff. So last minute.
So on a totally different subject.
I could never do that.
Israel? Yeah. Israel isn't like a country that I have any particularly strong feelings towards one way or the other, honestly. I have no idea situation. Hey, Strawberry. So yeah, on a totally different subject, I've started watching a Let's Play of Final Fantasy X2. And
right, Janine.
Genuinely not sure if it makes me more or less interested in playing it myself. Yes, I washed my hands, Dijon. No, really, Shan. I mean X2 or 10-2. Final Fantasy 10-2.
Pebble says kitchen cleaning equals 8 all the food from the kitchen.
It's terrible. I mean, like, Phoenix destroyed Apocalypse, yet he's no Mega Mutant. Address it. Phoenix is a cosmic force. Cosmic force beats Omega level mutant. Yes, antibacterial hand wash. Yes.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, like watching this Let's Play next to it's like it's weird. Like it's a really weird game.
If you didn't catch that, don't worry about Omega level mutants versus cosmic forces.
Yeah, guess so. Situation.
You are not Black Jorn. I can see you.
L. I hope not L. Devante? What's it about? Yeah,
Probably won't clean that stove.
basically whatever I feel like talking about.
Exactly, that's
The
what he
relationship
does.
between Nightcrawler, Mystique, and Azazel. The relationship is that story fucking sucked. The Draco was a shitty ass fucking story that was absolute fucking garbage. One of the absolute worst X-Men stories of all time.
All right,
Yes, Mystique is Nightcrawler's mother.
we are not going to do this. We're not back to comic books. We're not.
Riley, I would go ahead and guess probably I wouldn't survive it. Like the new werewolf movie. I've heard really good things about Werewolf by Night. Like I've heard really good things about it. So yeah, Nightcrawler's mother is Mystique. His father is a story that we will never talk about. Genuinely one of the worst stories in the history of the X-Men. What do I think about mutually assured destruction? I mean, it's kind of a scary idea.
It is scary, but Peetz, your fanfics suck.
Yeah, Devante.
Was
Nightcrawler's mother is Mystique.
yeah.
Austin Cleveland, cool.
All right, we're going forward.
Working through hard times.
I'm sure he can talk about comic books and X-Men all day.
Just means you work that much harder. Favorite Miyazaki film? Spirited Away.
All right, Jessica, I guess, yeah, you were here.
Yeah, Spirited Away is my favorite Miyazaki film.
And supposedly, allegedly, Foodie was in there. Or
They said that Iron
someone,
Man died. Meh.
or someone pretending to be her.
Do I like Shia LaBeouf? No.
Why not?
Thoughts on the Monsters reboot? From what I've heard, it wasn't very good. Like I've heard that it wasn't a particularly good movie. Boyfriend likes Yowie, but he's not gay. Yeah, sure, why not? Absolutely no reason why you can't still like it.
Smash
Hey,
that
bro.
like button,
Hey, Shucks.
everybody. If you're just coming in, smash that like button for me. I really appreciate it. We're watching Pete's from, as of now, about 20 hours ago.
I'm an Aquarius.
They haven't packed yet. They haven't done anything. He ate hot dogs, which gives me a feeling that they might be low on funds,
But
or just
I
flat
also
broke.
consider astrology to be bullshit. I don't remember my last dream. Don't remember what it was about. Peanut Butter Falcon? No. Shia? Oh, did I say Shia?
Yeah, he said Shia when it was Shia LaBeouf. But it is whatever.
Because I know it's Shia. Oh, favorite Schwarzenegger movie?
CC says all Disney stars end up having a messed up life. Shia was on the show Even Stevens.
T2, I guess. Terminator 2, I guess, probably.
Yeah, I'm going to say that. If my favorite Terminator movie would be T2, Judgment Day. T3 was really crap. Then we have all like the timeline reboots. Well, actually, I kind of like the newest ones. They actually were pretty good. I like them. T3 was garbage. The original Terminator, I'm going to have to say, is a close second to T2. Hey, Sarili?
What was that spy movie he did with... what was that movie where he was a spy? True Lies, yes. I liked True Lies as well.
Thanks, Nola Boo. I did receive it, what you sent. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you, Nola Boo, for the PayPal.
Oh, hi, Chantal.
Does haram equals bad? Yeah. It's a more specific meaning, like forbidden, right?
Yeah, let's check if it is the real one. Chantal, if that's the real you, then call out.
So haram means forbidden or prescribed by Islamic law. You still like Will Smith? Mm-hmm.
Good move, meh.
All right, we're gonna go forward. Oh, should we wait to see if that's the real Foodie Beauty?
He
Boom,
might
boom,
actually have
boom,
already moved
boom,
on.
boom, boom. Oh. Speaking of which, I gotta do a remake to a song because Vicky Vibe did a song on me. I'm gonna have to respond.
Nope. Of course we haven't packed. Lock from the inside. I don't know that our doors don't even lock. Do they? Yeah, our bedroom doors don't have locks. Produce not bills.
Oh, can I also remind everybody that that top drawer for Peetz has always been that way? Like it never, when you close it, it actually starts slowly moving outwards. It's never been fixed. It's a leveling problem. It's an easy fix.
I explained it in the video yesterday. You can go watch my video from yesterday.
Well, not
Yeah,
that easy.
our bedroom doors don't have locks. None of the doors in the house have locks.
Oh, well, that's also an easy fix.
Psylocke? Psylocke's great.
We're not going to talk about
She's a
X-Men
really good
again.
character. And I do like that they finally made her white again. Or that they split her. So
Edna Online says, what happened to Monty does stuff, mushrooms, sun seasonings? I am still going to be doing that, Edna. Just that it will be today.
we've got Betsy back to being white, and we've got the Asian body is Quanon. I do like that they... Tradwife? Tradwife? No, don't Google it. A tradwife, it's a traditional wife. Basically a stay-at-home, pregnant and barefoot in the kitchen. Betsy is Captain Britain. Yes, she is. And is now the current Captain Britain. Recent comics, Betsy Braddock has become Captain Britain again. Psylocke or Domino? They're both great. Don't make me choose. Both of them are really fun. No? Side sleeper. Laura, there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom. It's just when you see
I will, Janine, very soon.
Alt-right people pushing that as like the ideal. Left early? Yeah, we'll get it done in time. We don't have a choice, so we'll get it done in time, even if it means staying up like all night beforehand. Exactly, Katie.
Yikes. I used to do that kind of stuff back in the day when I was a teenager, but then I learned doing things ahead of time is way less stressful than doing it and staying up all night because you're losing sleep, you're frustrated, you can't think right. It's just bad.
No, I don't want to be any kind of mom produce. I don't like kids.
Tip Top Axe. Do a skincare routine and shower or nighttime routine because it would be so unexpected and different. Okay, I'll think about that, Tip Top. That's a pretty good idea.
But I really think of Trump. That he is a genuinely terrible person. My view on Trump is that he is actually, legitimately, a bad person. Hey, Abby. Oh, welcome back, Bubbles.
Very true, Ghost Bird.
Or, yeah, probably. We might. I don't know. We'll see.
I will, Fresh Flowers. Definitely will.
No, we didn't, Darren. The only thing Donald Trump cares about is Donald Trump. Nothing else matters to him. Literally nothing else actually matters to him. Donald Trump's one only exclusive priority is Donald Trump. He cared about Twitter as a way for him to get attention. Like that's the only reason he cared about attention. He wants people to pay attention to him. Aaron,
exactly.
No, he didn't.
Exactly, Freedom Deep.
Hey, to a certain extent, I would think that a certain degree of narcissism is probably...
Let's go forward. We're going to go forward. The same can be said about Chantel. So true.
Starmer, I don't really know much about. A lot of covert sexism in the press.
So Stormy Jade says he lives with Trump's clone.
Yeah, the UK press is horribly sexist, horribly misogynistic. You know what? The UK press is just horrible.
The UK. Where is he getting this from?
The UK press, from what I can gather, is fucking atrocious.
He gets
Doesn't make it gross.
political
Most
every single time, Pebbles. Every single time.
yes. Disagree, Piss and Vinegar. I disagree with that. Shit, yes, I do need to.
He means tabloids?
I do still need to figure out who I want to vote for. My thoughts on casinos? I don't really like going to casinos, but whatever.
Okay, so I actually Googled it, and back in 2012, there were articles stating that there are sexist stereotypes that dominate the front pages of British newspapers. Also, British newspapers are officially declared sexist, but the website that actually wrote this article is called bitchmedia.org. Yes, you heard me right. I literally said the website that's hosting this article that says British newspapers are officially declared sexist is bitchmedia.org. But the BBC also really said something.
I mean, like she's going to have to. Like there's no confidence in her. So I feel like it's not going to take long before she will have to call an election, which she will lose.
Is he talking about trust?
Like, I think it's going to happen.
Okay, he's talking about trust.
Because the British are weird. Yeah, I'm taking my bed with me, I think. I'm just not sure how much choice she's going to have.
Jesse Gypsy says, I just think about Foodie's aunt said he was smart. If so, he wouldn't be living with Foodie. That is actually an extremely good point there, Jesse. Oh, boy. Wait a second. Did she resign? I thought they were trying to force her. There was a lack of confidence in Prime Minister Truss.
Rubber sheets.
Oh, well, she did resign. I'm looking here 3 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 10 hours ago. She did resign after short and chaotic tenure. Yeah, wasn't she in power for how long? Was it September or something like that? Holy crap, that was a short time. Yeah, she was prime minister from the 6th of September to the 20th of October.
Anyway, I do need to look into again the candidates for mayor. Need to figure out which one I should vote for. Entirely possible. Hang on. They're just gonna the Tories are just gonna go through their entire fucking. Someone will come in and 3 months later be replaced by the next one in line. Absolutely possible for that.
The UK is over. Well, yikes. That was super quick, yes.
Michelle, my stance is that it indicates some degree of internalized transphobia or of like transphobic thinking. But generally, it's not a big deal. You know, like the reality is trans people don't care if you don't want to date them. The bigger issue is people who try to make a big deal. The people who are genuinely transphobic are the people who make a big deal about not wanting to date trans people.
We're going to go forward. Very sensitive topic.
Yeah. The thing is, like, for them, it's not a decision, though. Yeah. Like, that's the thing you have to remember. For these kids, it's not a decision. It's they need to be who they are. They need to live the life that is right for them. So, fuck you, Laura. Fuck you. I do, Julia. Defund the police.
Really? He's back at this?
Thing is, Freedom, a big part of that is...
Very true, Cyrili. She's made tons of transphobic comments in the past.
Take a look at how society treats trans people right now.
As well as homophobic comments.
Like there's a lot of sure icky, but this is something different. What does
Brandy says people who always use their phone sideways make me anxious.
non-binary mean? It means they're not a guy, they're not a girl. They don't really feel like a man or a woman. Yeah, like trans people still, even post-transition trans people still have high suicide rates. Yeah, because society still treats them like shit.
Capone Boxer says, is Peace still going to transition? As far as I know, he is.
Like there's just today, Republicans in the House put forward a bill that would effectively ban trans people from being teachers, essentially. Like they put forward a bill that's like protecting kids from sexualization. And what it actually does is it means that you can't talk about.
All right, sensitive topic, and he's talked about this practically ad nauseum. I don't know why he keeps bringing this up, so we're going to go forward.
I think they were like 5. I think they might have been 5. And the fact is, 5-year-olds can understand.
Hey, J9.
You know what it is? When I was born, my grown-ups thought I think the phrasing is like my grown-ups thought I was a boy, or my grown-ups thought I was a girl, but as I grew up, it turned out I was a girl, or I was a boy. Yeah, my grown-ups thought I was a girl. It turns out I was a boy. Like very, very simple. Like not at all. And like the kids understood. The kids understood, and they were fine with it because kids will.
All right, let me move forward a little bit.
Accept shit.
I don't know what he meant there.
Good question, Coffee.
Good observance, really.
Yeah. Fuck you, Laura. Rumor. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you, piece of shit. Coleridge and Wordsworth. I mean, I probably read like a few poems by them, but I have no memory of any of it. Like, honestly, calling me a groomer? Fuck you. Laura called me a groomer, and fuck you. Fuck that shit.
Right,
fuck
Catacorn. Okay, he's getting angry.
Like people have been throwing that allegation at queer people and allies for decades. Fuck you. Fuck anyone who accuses queer people of being groomers. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, getting triggered so easily is why a lot of people will come into the chat and try and trigger him.
Yeah, nothing much, Kira.
If you haven't already, smash that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it.
I'm an ally, and I'm going to be queer.
Wait a second. But when does being quote unquote queer starts? He wants to transition, so isn't he already, as he would call himself, queer? Because a lot of members of the LGBTQ plus community feel like the word queer doesn't really describe them. Some people find it offensive, while others use it regularly. So, okay, he says he doesn't have a problem with the word queer. So, is he already queer because he already feels he wants to transition? Because he's saying he's an ally, but in my opinion, I feel he's already queer because he's already thought about transitioning, and he is wanting to transition. So doesn't that already mean that you're no longer an ally, but you are indeed queer? Or am I just wrong here?
Vegetables do you recommend for chronic pain? That's an interesting question.
The meanings behind the word queer has evolved over the last few years. Even there's many terms that I probably haven't even heard of that are being used to describe certain types of people. But it's kind of strange.
Queer situation for right now. I am like
he's aspiring queer. Really? Is that an actual thing? Because I thought as soon as you feel like, when does he have gender dysphoria?
I currently consider myself aspiring queer. Ranger, I don't
Hey,
think I did see
Karina.
it. Give me a second.
Stormy Jade says he still likes women but identifies as a woman while growing a beard and mustache and never identifying as that until now. So is he saying he's non-binary? Because yeah, you can still like women while identifying as a woman because your sexuality and your gender are two different things, right? Like I can feel as if I am a woman while still liking women. So I understand that. Growing the beard and mustache, does that mean he's non-binary? I'm Peetz is confusing me right now. But hey, if he wants to do whatever, if he wants to identify as a woman, grow a beard and grow a mustache while still liking women, he could do whatever he wants.
Not sure how far back your message is, Ranger, but I'm not seeing it.
Welcome everybody. If you're just coming in, smash that like button.
Sunny? Nah, because that's a nickname. That's like that nickname is not related to gender. So
I really do think Peetz is a little bit confused here because I would never say I'm an ally when I have put in serious consideration into transitioning. You're no longer an ally. You are part of the community because your thought process is that you want to transition. So you're already part of the community. That is my understanding.
I'll be fine with that. I do cotton candy, but feelings are complicated. Indeed, Kitty. No, I'm not going to date men. No. That's
He
generally
likes
correct,
women.
Mencius, but feelings are complicated. So pronouns are stupid. Pronouns are a basic aspect of fucking language, you dumbass. He is a pronoun. She is a pronoun. Like it's
True, Stormy Jade.
pronouns are a
Hey,
basic.
Doriel.
Pronouns are one of the building blocks of language, of grammar. Aspiring clown. Yeah, the one fucking joke the transphobes have. Fuck
Right,
off,
MK
fuck off,
Ultra.
Zizem. Only because I find Zizem to be linguistically awkward.
Okay, if you don't know what
Like
he's
I'm not a
talking
fan of
about,
that one, just because, like I said, it does strike me as being somewhat linguistically awkward.
if you do not know what he's talking about, then don't worry about it. But Zim is pronouns that are proposed to be gender neutral. So I've heard of so many like Zim. There's many others. Instead of saying like he, him, you'll say Zim as gender
Okay.
neutral.
I mean, I'm attracted to women.
All right, we're gonna go forward. Me think so. Or wait, let's see what he has to say after this. He's reading the chat. He's reading the chat.
My title is Is it?
I'll put it in the chat if people are still confused. It actually starts with a Z, but also they also start with X's. So he's talking about Zim. So here you go. Google it for yourself, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody does want to be referred to as with Zm pronouns, then sure. But I don't know.
True, Brandy.
By reading stuff.
Then there's also Zazem with the X instead of the Z. It's the X like XE, and then there's XIM.
Yeah, Mantis.
or XIR as well. Zayzemzer. That's also another one. So let me put that up in the chat.
I mean, Ricky,
Also gender neutral.
For the most part, you don't really need to change your views. You just, if you meet somebody who wants to be referred to with specific pronouns, you use those pronouns. It's just kind of basic respect. It's just, you're not blocked, freedom. Like, I mean, that's sort of like,
I don't know why the tomatoes. I think because he was raging for a little bit.
make basic respect part of your worldview. Why is basic respect not part of your stance, Iggy? Would be my question. Like, why is just treating somebody with basic respect, referring to somebody the way they want to be talked about, not part of your basic worldview?
I think the tomato throwing is based on his vicious objections to when people brought up the pronouns topic, and he didn't like how people were talking. So instead of having a calm conversation, he starts going off. Now people are
Oh shit, where are you going, Ghoul?
throwing the tomatoes. He resembles Meat Squatch from Bob's Burgers. Let me Google that. Meat Squatch.
That rarely happens. It's rare that somebody will, like, it's rare for a trans person to freak out at the wrong pronouns. And usually when it happens, quite honestly, it's just straw that breaks the camel's back. It's one of those things where it's just like, it happens often enough, they're in a bad mood, and it's just like, they just can't deal with it happening again. Like, it's just a bad day, and they just snap. And because that shit happens.
Facts, Victoria. Big facts.
Yeah, King of the North, of course I would.
Throw roses instead.
Vicky, why can't they respect? Because your stance is denying people's identities.
Sounds like a good idea.
It's a shitty stance you've got.
Facts, Marie.
Yes, Christian is a bad person.
He does need to ignore the trolls. A lot of trolls want him to rage. Actually, he does look like Meat Squash. Maybe a little bit more beard, and then and kind of browning out. Then he's Meat Squash. Why is his collar stretched out? What happened to your shirt, Peetz? I want to know.
Well, no, transition does not treat mental illness because mental illness and gender identity are different.
Hey, Megan.
A lot of trans people still suffer with, I would not say Christian is a fake trans person because I don't know Christian's.
Thanks for being here.
But yeah, what was I going to say? Right. So a big part of why so many trans people continue to suffer with depression and other mental illness is because they are still treated like shit by society. They've got people denying that they are who they say they are.
Right, Jessica? Is it bad laundry detergent? No, there has to be a logical reason why it's stretched out like that.
They absolutely are, Kiva.
Ah, I see, Kristen. Maybe he did a rattle. Thanks for being here, Megan. Anybody coming in? We're watching Peetz from about now 21 hours ago.
I don't know, Andrea. Ask a psychologist that one. But childhood trauma can cause depression. Absolutely, it can. But like, I'm not going to show your comment ratio, so fuck off.
Wait a second. Did he? All right, so we have Foodie Beauty there.
Varies, Kiva. It's it's different for everybody.
Not sure if that's the real Foodie Beauty though.
But like, Look at how many being a trans woman, people are always like, you'll never be a woman, you're not a woman, you're a man, you're male. Like, it's a constant thing where there's this large group of people who will just continually call you a man. If you're a trans man, people will continually call you a woman. Jordan fucking Peterson, remember earlier this year, Jordan
All right,
Peterson
let me check this out.
refused to acknowledge that Elliot Page is Elliot Page, that he is a man. Like, this is a guy with a huge fucking platform. Jordan Peterson's got a huge platform, and he used that platform to attack trans men as a group by targeting Elliot Page specifically.
So that was on June 22nd. Jordan Peterson tweeted, and a lot of people were very upset. Even Twitter suspended Jordan Peterson for the Elliot Page tweet.
Huge platform. And Jordan Peterson and all his fucking followers, all his fucking fanboys, all his fucking cultists backed him up on it. None of them were sitting there like, Jordan, no, that's a shitty thing to say, Jordan. No, there was nobody like, Jordan, I'm a fan of you. I really enjoy your books. I really appreciate the philosophy, and I appreciate what you've done for me. But you're wrong on this issue. None of Jordan Peterson's asshole cultists went that route. Every fucking one of them, like basically all of them, were like, yeah, he's right. No, he did, Fence. Jordan Peterson attacked Elliot Page. He attacked trans men as a group. He attacked doctors who perform gender-affirming surgery. Huge, huge platform, and he used it to shit on trans people.
By dead naming Elliot Page. I guess he put Ellen Page, which, yeah, that would be dead naming. Didn't he say he did laundry? Yeah, he did. He said he did laundry a few days ago. I remember that. He was so proud.
So, like, yeah, what a shock that trans people still end up having mental health issues when these people with huge platforms continually shit on them. Hey, J-Lo. J.K. Rowling just wrote an editorial where she declared that trans women do not deserve the right to be presumed innocent. That's not an exaggeration. That's literally what she said.
Well, isn't
that is damn near?
Well, isn't J.K. Rowling a TERF? Okay, so if you don't know who Jordan Peterson was actually born in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and is a Canadian media personality, clinical psychologist, author, and professor emeritus at the University of Toronto. Because I'm like, is he still at U of T? Wait a second, there's other things about him that I know, but he is actually very popular on YouTube, Twitter, and a multitude of places.
Direct quote. He was West Coast Last. He got a Twitter ban for that one. Because, yeah, that is hate speech that he engaged in. It is AM. She was talking about, like, I don't remember the exact wording, but it was that, why should trans women be given the presumption of innocence? Which is, like, basis of Western fucking law.
No worries, Janine.
How's, like, presumed innocent of being sexual predators? Like, she was arguing that they don't deserve the presumption of innocence for not being sexual predators.
Errato says, as per today's standards, she's a TERF.
A key part of her editorial is that it is right and fair and just to operate under the assumption that any trans woman is a potential sexual predator. That is J.K. Rowling's position. That people should assume that any given trans woman is a potential sexual predator.
Right, one small moose.
No, I would never say that they're all sexual predators. No feminist I know would ever say trans women are all sexual predators. We're just saying that we should assume that anyone is a potential sexual predator. How can I be transphobic for saying that?
He's getting heated again.
Yeah.
Janine, don't worry about it. But if you don't know what a TERF is a let me trans exclude is it exclusionary radical feminist? Let me make sure I got that right. Is basically a feminist who excludes the rights of transgender women from their advocacy of women's rights. So, in other words, if you are a TERF, you're a person who feels that men that transitioned to women aren't real women.
So yeah, it's just
I will wholeheartedly agree with this. Oranges, oranges. Back in the day, years ago, Peterson was very refreshing to a lot of people. His viewpoints were different. His speech, his way of looking at things from different angles was refreshing to a lot of people. But he's really changed the last few years, especially when he had that issue, that I think he absconded somewhere. Where did he go again? But he just like took up and left for a while.
trans people are under constant assault. So yeah, of course they still have mental health issues. Of course they still have high suicide rates. Sunny D. I mean, Harry Potter did have love spells, didn't it?
Yeah, he
Like
was really
didn't
ill.
Harry Potter have what were effectively rape drugs?
Who? You mean the love potions?
Yeah.
Crap, we're going into Pepe Le Pew territory again. Remember when they came for Pepe Le Pew?
Yeah, and do you think that trans women aren't suffering those same things, AM? I'll tell you what, AM. Trans women aren't making the dollar. Trans women are not making that full dollar. They're making the 70 odd cents.
Right, Errato.
Your mom says you're a cat. Yeah, fuck you, victim blaming sack of shit.
Leave Pepe Le Pew alone. Okay, I'll leave him alone. But they did come for him. Remember that?
Right, that's the
Wasn't
point
that
for you.
like
What is it, 70?
1 to 2 years ago?
What's it at, 72 cents? Women on average make 72 cents for every dollar a man makes.
Memphis says I don't think they're moving anywhere.
I mean, I would disagree with that, Kermond. I think that they are probably. That strikes me as being
Right,
not a
MK
particularly
Ultra.
great philosophy that they have, like regarding arguing that trans people were victims in previous lives. I don't think that they're right. I don't think the ones who say that are right about that. Anyway, yeah. Anyone know the exact number? Is it 72 cents, 73 cents to the dollar? Like women make 72 or 73 cents for every dollar a man makes. Anyone
Yeah,
remember
something like that. Something like
the
that.
exact number?
It's either in the 60s or 70s, but something like that. I'm sure it's getting better, but just because it's getting better doesn't mean it is a lot better.
How much do I make? Nothing. I make jack shit right now. I make $300.
Wait a second.
Absolutely, it is absolutely worse for women of color.
Yes, for the same job.
It says
for the same job, if a man makes $1, the a female with the same background, age, demographics, schooling, education, same family type would make about 70 something cents to that man's dollar. So you have the exact same background, same schooling, same education, same life skills. The only thing that's different is your sex, as in one person's a man, one person's a woman. The woman would make about 70 something cents to the dollar of the guy.
Hummingbird simply must work harder in the rain.
Take care, Janine.
Also, they get maternity leave. Yep. In a lot of places. On a related note, Freedom, a lot of places don't offer paternity leave, which actually, is it up to 80 cents now, Jenna?
Okay, probably it's up to 80 cents. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, my point is like, you know, when you're looking at women make 80 cents for every.
I've actually heard this, Errado, that the myth has been debunked. Though most women don't do the hard labor jobs, so let me explain that. So they used to say that for every dollar a guy makes, it would just be like 70 something cents a woman would make. But then there's been active debunking of that, where people say, but they don't do the same job. Like what? Because of the groupings. So there's a thing where how you collect information can actually affect the interpretation of said information. So what was happening, let's say for a construction site, right? You cannot have somebody who cleans up the construction site, which is labor, making the same amount of money as somebody who has a specific skill. So if I have a specific skill, such as I know how to do rebar, or I know how to do any type of cement work, there is a huge or significant difference in pay. So based on how you collect data or information, that can actually skew your results. So that's why when Errado says the myth has been debunked, what they're saying is that people were grouping people who might do labor versus somebody who does an actual highly skilled or technically skilled job as one and one, and saying for every dollar a guy makes, the woman makes 70 something cents. But the thing is that if the woman's doing the labor and cleaning up the construction site and the guy is doing very technical work such as rebar, it's not the actual same job. So that is what's happening here. Or this is why Arado is saying this. Hopefully a lot of people understand.
For every
I don't
dollar
know.
that a man
Did I
makes.
explain that okay?
Trans women aren't making the dollar. What is paternity leave? It's same as maternity leave, but for men. It allows men to take time off from work to take care of a child.
Very
Some
true,
places,
Jessica.
it is getting slightly more common. There are slightly more places that are offering paternity.
More money, less problem says that is not true, Monty. You know what? I'm not sure about it because I've read a lot that it's not true. Then I've also read that it is true. So there is conflicting evidence. But I will stand at the point that how you collect your stats, your statistics can really affect the outcome of what you are talking about.
Leave, but it's still very rare. Most places still don't offer paternity leave, which is still playing into misogyny. 83%. Okay. Freedom. I mean, you do. It's very few places. Like I said, it's very few jobs offer it. There are a few, but it's still very uncommon. So
Well, I would expect that, right? If your guy works construction and he's a foreman and he works alongside two women, which would also be foremans, I do expect them to get the same pay. That's only fair. If they're doing the same job, you should get the same pay. But if you're doing a different job, that's where the skill comes in, right? If you are a foreman versus a journeyman, then the pay typically isn't the same because a journeyman isn't the same as a foreman, but foreman could be journeyman, but sometimes foremen are masters of their craft versus the typical journeyman. So there's a lot to this, but at the end of the day, if you do the same job, man or woman, you should get the same pay.
absolutely, unionization, absolutely, Mencius. I am absolutely pro-union. I got paternity leave. Yeah. Okay, Jenna. I thought it was still lower.
True, Brandy.
So like, tell you yes and no. Because raised a man is sort of, it's complicated language. Like that is a complicated language to use now. Because yes, but most of them still, even as kids, identified as women. So they were still exposed to the same
Oh boy, Peetz.
cultural treatments of cultural attitudes towards women.
Peetz always touching on the sensitive subjects.
So it's a complicated thing. Canada, a lot of companies do now. Yeah, it is.
Let me go for it.
Women are going to use things that are feelings. That's not a manly thing to do. So men don't talk about the feelings. Men can be more impulsive. There is that as well, Larson. And I think men
Very
are more
true.
likely
One
to use
small
guns
moose.
for committing suicide.
Oh
Um,
boy, no, he didn't. I'm going forward.
Men's rights activists were capable of understanding that rather than just blaming women for all their problems. Hey, Amber. I'm aware, alien. Or
We are reacting to Pete's now, Karina. You know how I do. I
child.
actually would react to Pete's. It's just that his stuff is so sensitive. But what I'm just gonna do now with Pete's reactions is I'll skip if he gets way too sensitive on these topics.
Custody hearings. There's
Congrats, Jessica.
a big thing that the MRA types complain about is how rarely men win in child custody hearings. And again, that part of that comes down to the idea that women are supposed to raise kids. It's not that the system is weighted against men. It's that the system has specific
You're welcome.
misogynistic attitudes built into it that end up hurting men as well. My honest opinion on incels, that they're idiots.
Oh boy, no, he didn't. Why are people? Oh, why is he talking about that? No,
Like my issue, that's the
don't.
thing. I like incels are idiots. I could never have been an incel.
More money, less problem, says a study from about 2 years ago has the female rate at around 96 cents with a 4-cent margin of error. Okay, who is this study from? Now, once again, I'm not saying that this isn't true. I'm just saying I've seen it from both sides. Like there has been evidence that shows that it still exists. This disproportionate pay, while I've seen other evidence that it's actually does not exist. Is just they're just doing different jobs, different skill level jobs.
Like I never could have been an incel
Right,
because I
Erado?
didn't have the confidence for it. I disliked myself too much to have ever been an incel because I would not blame women for not wanting to sleep with me.
Not all incels blame women for not wanting to sleep with them, and not all incels want the government to hand over women to them. Oh boy, you know what? Let's skip forward a little bit. I don't want to get into the topic. Ooh, look at him. That should have been my thumbnail. Hercules, Hercules.
Red pill? No, I haven't. Katie Ann, I don't really care.
True tip top.
Read a scary story for next video. Yeah, could always read My Immortal. That's a scary one, right? Actually, I think the next thing I
Speaking of the drawer, you guys know the history of the top drawer, right? I said it earlier in the stream that it was not plumb, not level. So there's an issue with it constantly rolling out and never closing fully, and it's never been fixed.
am actually going to read this. Came out like a year ago, and I never actually got around to reading it. In the meantime, I finished reading this. I'll have a video up on this book tomorrow. Early Chinese Empire, Qin and Han. So I'll have that up tomorrow. I do not produce. I actually don't bite my nails. It's a short graphic. It's a short comic, yes. But one of my favorite creators. Never read The Exorcist.
Right, Stormy?
Anyway,
that drawer would drive me crazy. I would have to fix it. I'm pretty capable. It's a balancing
I'm actually
thing.
going to end the live here. Like I said, I have gone shucks. I do want to.
Exactly, Karina.
But the problem is I do still have 39 more Mass Effect 3 videos to get through. Shucks. I've got it's gonna be sometime in the new year. Like it's gonna be in 2023 before I actually start. I have recorded the first 2 episodes of Final Fantasy. I have recorded the first 2 episodes of it. So I'm looking forward to getting around to those games. But yeah, Mass Effect 3, it's a long game.
It would bother me, Karina.
39 more episodes, and some of those are like 2 hours long.
Especially at nighttime if I don't want to turn on the lights and I keep bumping into that drawer.
So some of them are pretty long episodes too. If I split them up more, jeez. Anywho's it. So yeah, I am going to end the episode here. So thanks, Leo. So yeah, I'll be back on Saturday. I'll be back on Saturday for another gaming stream. But for now, thanks for coming, and
And that is
good
it
night.
from Peetz. Oh, wow. So that was quite a stream. It went from, we talked about anything and everything. We talked about anime. We talked about Donald Trump. We talked about Republicans again. We talked about crime rates. We talked about anime again. We talked about turfs. We talked about anime again. What else was there? We talked about Jordan Peterson. Just anything and everything. Peetz is all over the place. I just think sometimes you should not let the chat lead him certain places, especially with some very certain sensitive topics. We even talked about insults. I mean, he just talks about everything. Have I watched the new American Horror Story New York? I have not, but I've heard about it. So maybe in time, once I get my work done, because I'm on a timer with so many things. So what I'm gonna do is work on my stuff that I gotta work on. And then after that, I am going to maybe be back and we can talk more Chantel stuff because Chantel's been not so active like streaming, but active elsewhere. So thanks everybody for being here with me. Smash that like button. Hey, Rob, you're coming in at the tail end of the stream, but that's okay. You can always watch the replay. He's more interesting. He is interesting when you get through certain things. Other than that, thanks. Smash that like button. I'll be around later. So take care of yourselves. If I don't see you, I'll see you another day. And be safe. Bye bye.